Joining us at this moment is former Meghalaya Chief Minister and prominent Trinamool Congress leader from Meghalaya, Dr. Mukul Sangma. Dr. Sangma, through a massive rally of Party Supremo Mamata Banerjee, have launched your campaign for the Meghalaya elections. You were with the Congress for decades. You were a Congress Chief Minister. You joined TMC. Mamata Banerjee is saying that this is a fight against BJP and its proxy government. What would be the issues on which TMC is going to fight Meghalaya elections?
You have seen what's been happening here, and media has been quite, I must say, hyperactive in capturing many of the stories that has happened in last 5 years. Now, last 5 years, there has been stories which revolves around only negativity. Okay, you started with 2018 with that whole lawlessness. You saw the same lawlessness frequenting and surging in the years that unfolded. You have seen what happened on an Independence Day in Shillong. Have you ever seen elsewhere in the country? So that itself is a testimony of what people are saying, that this government must be removed. The inept, incompetent and anti-people government. And a government which is completely controlled not by the party who claim to have got the mandate, but by the party which is controlling the government with a remote control, pulling the strings from outside the state. You have seen it, what happened as far as the Meghalaya-Assam border issue is concerned, the alienation of tribal land. Please understand the sentiments that's associated with such land. Because unlike in the rest of the country, Meghalaya is a state where the land belongs to the people, where the land belongs to the community. People are the owners of this land and resources. So alienation of this land from a 6 schedule area from within the boundaries of the state of Meghalaya is contrary to all aspirations and expectations of the people, which ultimately culminated in demand for a new creation of the state, and which, of course, was given a fruition by the leadership. So, therefore, the overall past agonizing experiences that people have gone through, in absence of any employment opportunities for the youth. You'll be surprised to know, I don't know whether you have been able to capture these stories. Thousands of jobs. I'm talking about the jobs which are sanctioned government posts, which are lying vacant, for which interviews have been conducted. Particularly one example is probably the police recruitment, for which the recruitment started in 2018-19. The results are not declared. Deprivation of the youth from the jobs that's due for them. So all these are instances of insensitivity towards the core issue of the problem associated with the aspirations of the youth, particularly to get themselves employed. Can you ever think a mother going through that agony of waiting and waiting and waiting and things not happening? That is deprivation, that is discrimination, that is illegal.
But Dr. Sangma, if you look at the TMC's political history in terms of electoral politics in the Northeast, TMC in past have won seats in different states, Manipur for matter of fact, in Tripura, but they have not been able to hold on to people. How would you be able to hold on to people, number one? Number two is that how is TMC's campaign this time in Meghalaya, or for that matter of fact, you are contesting in Tripura as well, be different from how it has contested elections in past in Northeast?
Let me focus on in respect of Meghalaya politics. See, there are different way of doing things. Different people have different approach to doing things. The reason for people to join politics, people will have diverse reason. But today, in front of you, this Dr. Mukul is standing and saying that I was a victim of lack of development as a young boy and as a young man. As I grew up and as I was pursuing my academic career as a student in the school, then subsequently become a medical professional, the same backwardness, we were victim of backwardness, neglect, discrimination. So, democracy provides us a space to be part of the democracy. That's why there's a saying, if you do not participate, you get ruled by your inferiors. So we don't want to be ruled by inferiors. We want our people of Meghalaya, this beautiful state of Meghalaya, to be governed by the people who understands their responsibility in the true spirit of democracy, who will serve people with utmost sense of responsibility, commitment and integrity, not the bunch of politicians who will be victims of inducement and other factors.
One last question. In Meghalaya, we have always seen fractured mandate. It's TMC open to other regional parties in a post-poll scenario, given the fact that there is chances of a fractured mandate. In fact, in the ruling alliance, all the 6 parties are fighting against each other in a lot of constituencies.
See, why has there been a fractured mandate all along, except the first election post-creation of the new state of Meghalaya? There was enthusiasm, there was unity amongst all the people from every part of the state, all the 3 hills, Khasi Hills, Jaiti Hills and Garo Hills. The same thing has to be achieved. That means the unity amongst all the major tribes of the state of Meghalaya and other co-inhabitants, the other tribes who are mutually co-inhabiting in this beautiful state of ours. We must all come together. We must understand the benefit and the otherwise of having I must say, an absolute majority, an absolute mandate given to a political party. We have tried it. In 2013, we almost touched halfway mark. Okay, there was unity, there was sense of oneness. That is what we want to, as TMC, replicate. We want to infuse the sense of oneness amongst our people who are also driven with their own aspirations and expectations. And we must understand that as Meghalayans, we must build this state, a state which is prosperous, progressive and strong to give opportunities for all. Yeah, and that benefit ultimately percolates down to everybody who need that. So that is the mantra we are going to have, and I have no reason to believe, rather I have no reason to doubt the wisdom of the people of my beautiful state. People will come together, people will unite, because we are keeping the interests of the people, the larger interests of the people and larger interests of the state before anything else.